Hey everybody. Oh, it is. Yep, it is. It's morning for Nicolay. Yeah, evening for other people. You got people all over the world here. So, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Glad to have everyone back. Henry, Jess, T. Lamont, Brian, Nicolay, everyone that says hi, 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 hi. Still got a whole bunch of people still pinging in the room here. We got some news coming out right now. We're going to go over it in a second here. I want to wait just a couple more minutes. We got a lot of people still connecting. Hey, Kelly. Hey, everybody. All right, let's go ahead and jump on with the news here. All right, we got people still bouncing in, but we're going to go ahead with it. All right, all right, all right. So what we got tonight, guys, is at 8:35, which is right now. It's in 2 minutes. Eastern Standard News release. It's a low impact. It's a flash manufacturing PMI. Let's see if we get some numbers on this right now, actually. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Okay, but ready to be updated. At 8:45, we have a high impact on the CNY. We haven't had any news in the middle of our session at all yet this week, and we have two right off the bat. So this one here, the CNY, is going to get us moving. It's mostly going to affect our yen, but it will affect everything. Everything will have a reaction to it, but our yen is going to have the biggest impact on that. Is what we tend to see at this time. So we'll expect to see a little bit of fireworks on the yen. Nothing too crazy. It is a high impact. It is it is going to be a big deal, but it is an off pair. It's not one that we're directly trading. It's not the dollar. It's not the yen. It's not the euro. It's not the Aussie. Okay, so it's not going to make it massive movements, but it will give the market some volatility for sure. Let's see. Oh, look at that. T-Lamont says Kelly's already 5,621 and 4. Yep, those numbers just keep growing. T-Lamont, I'm worried for you now. You're going to run out of numbers soon. You're going to just spend the entire session typing numbers because the number's going to get so big. Give it a month and you'll be typing billions. I already got my music going, so I'll try not to sing it to you guys too much. Hope everyone had a good day or night, whatever it is, wherever you live. We're gonna have a good little session here tonight. Hopefully, much more alive than last night. We get to get some more trade opportunities. Last night we had a lot of cancels at the end of when we were coming in to pull the trigger. We had a lot of last second cancels that didn't provide us with our entries, which is fine. We'd rather not be in a trade if we have a reason not to be than be in one with reasons not to be. So that's fine, but let's get some more volume in tonight. Is really the goal here. Okay, tonight was last night was the first slow night. We didn't lose anything, but we one big old solid winner. But like to get some more and get a few in tonight. Make up for only getting one in yesterday. So my volume's low. Okay, let me see if I can fix that, guys. Hold on. How's that? Is that any better? How's that, T. Lamont? Good? A little bit louder? Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Hopefully I'm not blowing anyone's eardrums out now that I adjusted that. Just getting some lines on our charts here. All we're doing right this second. All right. I'm gonna stop listening to that one. Jump my Pandora on. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. We got a lot of good education in last night. I'm pretty happy about that. You know, we got a lot of good questions answered. A lot of questions for new people, which was good. Okay. Ooh, we got a breakthrough going on the Aussie. Definitely got a breakthrough going on the Aussie. This is going to be interesting here. Let's see if it doesn't reach up here. This is where we're expecting it to go. Big old push through on the Aussie right now. Right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah, Aussie did just blow through the purple, but it's getting rejected back down. No, down. I doubt it'll end up coming all the way back down here, T. Lamont. It could, but we just got to wait and see. You know, it just doesn't really matter what we think at this point because we're just going to wait to see what it has to say and then take it from there. But that was a pretty hard and heavy movement. I'd be surprised if it ends up closing that back down below this. It seems like right now the way it's acting is it's just having a temporary pullback, okay, and it's going to come back down and then jump back up. But it could. You know, it's down pretty low right now. Oop, Euro just fell out. Okay, that's going to hold her down. It might stay under there now. Who knows? Who knows? We just got to wait to see where that's going to close, and that's going to tell us. So it might stay under there. And we actually might have something coming up here, guys. All right, we might have something coming up here. So, all right. Doji close, we're not going to mess with it. Okay, Doji close, we're not messing with it. But we have something coming up here in the near future, which is good. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. Good stuff. Huge pin bar right now. Massive, massive pin bar. Can be a more perfect depiction of a pin bar. This is an ideal pin bar right here. Very, very bearish. Right? Very, very bearish. In a downtrend, temporary uptrend, but overall downtrend. Okay, huge pin bar. We'll see what that thing has to say. Anyone trading from any crazy places tonight? We got any world travelers that are in a different area, trade from a hotel room somewhere or secondary home or something, some cool stories for us. Kelly and Duncan, you guys home? Prophet says soon. Where are you headed to, Prophet? Bahamas? Good stuff. Where about? I go to the Bahamas quite often. I live here, so I live in West Palm, so I'm right across from them. Antarctica. For some reason, I don't believe that one, Ray. New York is not too hot tonight, about 30. Oh gosh, give me a break, Oliver. I saw the news. I saw the ridiculous pictures. Okay, they've got record-breaking amounts of snow in Buffalo. Okay, they're covered in snow. It's incredible how much snow they've already gotten. Yeah, they got a season's worth of snow in a matter of 3 days. Duncan just got out of the doghouse. Well, Buffalo's going to get it because of the lake effect snow. Yeah. All right, so Aussie's pushing through right now. which if this holds, I'll be kind of impressed. If the Aussie is to hold as a solid push through, I will be impressed coming off of such a massive pin bar. You know, this setup here, just this candle, guys, just analyzing a candle like this is very, very bearish. Okay, this is generally not a good time to get in for a call. Okay, when it's something that looks like this. That means price was up here and the market shit all the way down here. The only thing in its favor is because price moved from here to here, you do have that option of a temporary retracement, which is kind of what it's doing right now, and it's retraced about 50%. But if this thing is to stay pushing up green, it's already getting rejected. Okay, I'd be very, very surprised. What we're looking at right now is I'm looking for a put on the Aussie. Okay, I am looking for a put entry on the Aussie. I'm not saying it's here, but that's what I want. Okay, I'm still expecting this to keep getting shoved right back down. Look at it go. It just broke right again. Now it's another pin bar. Okay. But if it drops too much, it's no good. We do want to grab it while it's green, okay, on the Aussie. In this scenario, in this setup, we do want to grab the Aussie for a put while it is green, and preferably over when it's red. Red wouldn't necessarily mean that we're out. Okay, wouldn't mean we're out, but the setup that I have here is obviously closer to the purple line, the better, and that would constitute a green candle if it was closer to that purple line. So. We'll see what we can get here. If we can't get a last-minute bounce back up. It's chopping pretty hard right now. Okay, we did have a news release, slight one. Okay, to give the markets a little action. And ironically enough, the news release was with the yen, and the yen is probably the least active one. I don't know. The yen and the euro are both pretty dead right now. They're making good moves in directions, but the candle size is very small. So. Kelly want to call on the yen. She bounced it right off of the line here. Good job, Kelly. See what we got. The euro is still looking to fall out right now. It's got more to fall out on the 1-minute charts anyway, is what we're talking about here. Euro still looking to fall down to at least here. I'll put a temporary purple on it. Don't treat this purple I'm putting here as an end all be all. I'm just using this as to show you where we're seeing it. I expect this to push. There it goes. It just broke through it, though, so we're going to get rid of that now. It was just more of a target line that we were going to see it push at least to, and it has pushed all the way down to these lows here. So that is pretty good. That is pretty good. Huge fallout. Huge fallout. Okay. So we have our yellow light. We do have our yellow light, and I'm logged out again, even though I just logged in. That's pretty unfortunate, it looks like. Let's see here. Got a yellow light. Most likely not going to have a trade right this second. Ooh, that Aussie is making some crazy moves. Woo-wee. Aussie alive. All right, we got some action. Holy moly, Aussie. This thing is going bananas right now. It is going bananas. It didn't take its medication tonight. It's losing its mind. Someone call the police. We need a Baker Act. This thing's nuts. Look at this thing. Ridiculous. And it's going back green. The thing's absolutely nuts. All right, the thing fluctuated 10 pips down and 10 pips up in a matter of probably 3 seconds, if that, and it's still going nuts. Still going nuts. Aussie is going just absolute bananas. I feel like we're at the zoo here. This. Yeah, we're gonna be on a permanent yellow light. Make sure your broker is always ready to go at least a minute out before we'd be expected to take a trade, which would be 8:49. It'd be 8:49, or it'd be 8:54, or it'd be 8:59, or it'd be 9:04, or it'd be 9:09. You guys know it's either a 4 or a 9 that we enter our trades. So make sure that at the 3s and the 8s you're ready to go. Okay. Go ahead and get set up on the Aussie here. The one I'm really eyeing still is the Aussie. Okay, the Aussie's going absolute bananas here. Let's get this on the big screen here and see what we can see. Oh yeah, that thing is way, way, way down right now. Huge quick movement. That's a 30 pip movement. 1, 2, and 3. 3 candles, 15 minutes have constituted 30 pips. Hugely, hugely down. Okay, hugely, hugely down. Got a lot of time left in this one, so we're gonna be letting it ride and see what it's got to do. But let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Hey, Calvin. I see you said hi there. The morning monkeys? No, not the morning monkeys. Do, 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 do. All right. All right. All right, let's go to the 30. Okay, we're on the 30. Oh, yes, absolutely. Yep, I'm going to be playing with the Aussie. Almost definitely, guys, here. Almost definitely. I want to see what it has to say, though, okay? There's a little spot right here, okay? That's already blown through, but it's not saying it's going to stay down there yet, and has not told us it's going to stay down there yet. So there, and then the next spot is going to be right about here, okay? Which actually seems to be where it bounced off of. So we'll see what that's got. Let's get back to our 5 minutes, okay? Get a little zoomed in here. Ooh, that's too much. That is too much. Okay. Oh, well, what have we done? There we go. It moved my charts. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Huge, huge, phenomenally large movement on the Aussie and big movement on the Euro in relation to the last couple candles. Big fallout. We're on a yellow light, guys. We're absolutely on a yellow light here. Okay. All right. Euro fell down, bounced up, stayed up on our purple line here. So our Euro lines here, this one and this one are the same, okay? They're essentially the same. They're both holding rather strong. So we do like the Euro. We do. We like the Euro and we like the Aussie. But we are on a yellow light. Absolutely, this is a yellow light. We've got about 60 seconds on the dot, give or take. And we would be looking for a call on the Aussie if we're to take anything, okay? We're not going to be riding such a large movement. We're not going to try to ride it down any further. That's a huge 30-pip movement right now without any solid reasoning besides the 845 CNY, okay? Which is essentially what gave it this action here, okay? But surprisingly, didn't we see more action on our dollar yen? But Aussie's going bananas because of that release. Good reaction here on the euro. But we have our yellow light already, and we'll trigger. And what we're looking for is a call on the Aussie. And I'm going to tell you if we're going to pull the trigger or not. It's going to be a call if we take it. I haven't taken it yet. Very close to, though. Very close. All right, and I'm going to be taking it, guys, because it seems the earlier the better. The earlier the better. I took it. Okay, and I got, wow, it jumped at the very last second. That's lame. The earlier the better. I hope somebody beat me to that one. I hope some of our newer guys beat us to it, because we got rocked on an entry on that one, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, Nicolay did awesome. Good job, Nicolay. Good job. 940 Arafat. Wow. Good job, guys. Good job. I'm 969. I got rocked. Absolutely rocked. Okay, so... Yeah, that one was a very rough one, very unlucky, but it shouldn't really create an issue for us. It should not. All right, this one's got a lot of movement. Okay, this is in a normal world. There it goes bouncing up. In a normal world, that would be a huge deficit to us. We'd be at a huge deficit, and it should be that far down. But with such large movements going on right now, that's really not too big of a deal, and hopefully won't matter at all. But look at that rise. Look at it go. Look at that. Huge rise. Blowing up. Hopefully it maintains and slows down. Okay. It's gonna find some resistance right about now. Right about now. Watch this. All right. We'd like to see it blow through. If it can blow through, that'd be phenomenal for us. But there's the resistance. It already got shoved down a little bit. Here it goes. Back up. Testing it again. Shoved down again. Okay. Right there. We want to see it blow through that. Come on. You can do it. It's acting like it wants to. Its rejections are very small right now. There it goes. Oop, new highs. That's good. That's awesome. That is awesome. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Awesome rise. And the euro also on the 1 minute just broke out as well. So it's in no man's land. We should be seeing the dollar yen right now. We're hoping that the dollar yen's about to bounce through this level here and not bounce off of it. We want to see it break through. Okay, if the dollar yen can break through, we are absolutely in the gold. Okay, that's the only thing that's going to hold any merit to us right now. The euro's got a little more to go. It's going to hit this purple line and then going to start heading down. So there's nothing. The euro's not going to hold this back. The pound's not really done yet, so the pound's not going to hold it back. There isn't really anything to hold it back right now besides the yen. The yen has an opportunity to rise here, all right, and it will do some rising off of this line, but the yen hasn't been a big mover at all tonight. So. Hey, Craig. Hey, Capital Craig. Hey, we took a trade already, Craig. So I guess you did miss something. We took a trade here. We took a call on this massive green candle here. I'm going to put an arrow on it so you see it a little better on the Aussie dollar. We took a call somewhere around the close of this red, and we're buying this bad boy up. I'm just messing with you, Craig. It's all in good fun. Hopefully tonight we won't see any more of those crazy swingers at the last second, you know, that last 20 seconds, not even 20 seconds, at the last 15 seconds or less. We had two trades, one yesterday and one the day before that, where they swung back against us in the same. We still won the trades, but they swung to make it a little scarier at the very last 15 seconds. They were beautiful the entire time, and at the very last 15 seconds they swung. So, you know, hopefully we don't have to deal with any more of those. This one's looking phenomenal still, so. No problem, Mr. Prophet. Earthquake shakes, breaking news, earthquake shakes buildings in Tokyo, witnesses. Calvin, are you being serious now, bud? I don't know if you're joking or not. That's something serious. Was there really an earthquake in Tokyo? Okay. Okay. All right. That's a good addition. Good. Oh, we're closing out. Woo! Let me get it up quick. I'm not gonna have much time. All right, here it is. Oh, I started closing out now. It's validating. Here it goes. Easily a winner for everybody. If you lost that, just leave my room. If you lost that, you might as well just leave my room because you know there's no possible way you could have messed that one up. So there we go. There's our first winner of the night. Running hot this week. Bull and Bear. I like the name, Bull and Bear. That's pretty cool. Just probably gonna end up calling you Bull, but it's you're welcome, Mr. Bull and Bear. Bull and Bear. Do, 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 do. Yep. I haven't lost a trade yet this week. Keeping it running hot. We've done this many times, and then when we get to our Thursdays, always give us some little fight. Even if we martingale it, so it doesn't really count as a loss on our Thursdays. It always does it. We'll lose one and then martingale it and win it, but just to piss us off, so we don't have that perfect week. Always seems to do something silly like that. I can never figure it out. There's a lot of other good reasons to like Florida. There's a lot of reasons not to like it, but there's a lot of reasons to like it, and the reasons I like it are good enough for me. Only downside to it is it is essentially God's waiting room because it is just a there's areas that are just nothing but old people that don't know how to drive and whatnot. You know that one. But at the same time, it's extremely diverse. I really do here because we do have a very large, younger population, and nightlife and that all that nonsense. So it's yeah, yeah. That's pretty much all it is. That's all it is, Jennifer. Let's see. Let's figure out what's going on here, guys. We have some important world news because Calvin said 5.3. Oh, okay, that's not huge. That's not huge. Hopefully everyone's all right. All right. If we have any traders that are on right now, we do have some Asian traders that are in our room that don't generally talk, and I think it might be because their English is not so good. But I hope you're all okay. I hope everything's good over there. I think we actually do have someone that lives in Tokyo that trades with us. Let me see. I'm going to check my map and see if he's on right now. Okay, he's not on. That's not good. Hopefully he's okay. Maybe we'll shoot him an email, make sure everything's all right. Perhaps. All right. Yeah, 5.3 is not too big of a deal. It's not, and Tokyo's rather advanced. Okay, definitely advanced. So a lot of their buildings are built to code, and they are near the Ring of Fire. So I'd like to think that everything's fine. I might pull up some news on that while we're waiting here. We don't have anything going on right now, guys. We had a nice rejection here on the Aussie, and because the Aussie moved so much so in that last trade, we actually are getting close to another trade already. So tonight could be a very, very active night. We'd be looking for a put. Right now it's rejected already, so it's no good for an entry. But naturally, you guys know this. We would want to close somewhere around the purple line with rejection, though, and then be in on it for a put. But we're gonna wait a second. I'm gonna see here if look at this. Let's see what we got. I mean, our winning candle was approximately 16, 17 pips. 16, 17 pips, that's a pretty big deal. So we're going to see a pretty hard movement, most likely, if it does do a retracement. But right now, it's acting very suspect. Like it's not, the market's not done with this very bullish retracement, this very bullish rise. It's kind of frozen. There it goes. Actually, it's starting to move down now. But if it freezes up here like this, guys, you got to be cautious that it might continue on upward. Because after such a large candle, if this is the best it can do, there's bulls still somewhat, with the reins on the market somewhere. Okay, that's kind of slowing it down. So you got to be careful that it doesn't sneak another green, which is what we would actually want. Okay, we would want that because we want the price to go up a little higher before we're in on it for a put. I know we've got some people that are over there a good bit now. How about did you feel any rumbling, Mr. Caleb? Your way? No? I know you're not. You're somewhere. You're somewhere over there. Not. I know you're not in Tokyo or China, but you with us tonight? I know you're with us tonight. I saw you on the map. There you are. Don't you hide from me. Oh, you live in Hong Kong? Okay. Okay. That's definitely that's interesting. That's pretty awesome. Didn't have a rumble your way, Caleb? Sometimes they say that it travels for miles and miles. I don't know how far this one traveled for, but that's quite a distance. Honestly, it's quite a very large distance. But you never know. It's worth asking. Just asking for the sake of talking, really. United All Nations. Night Owl Signals. UN. Oh, Caleb, you said you think you noticed a rumble. There you go. So we got, there you go, firsthand, guys. We got someone in Hong Kong that feels like they noticed a rumble. That's good stuff. I really like the diversity that we have in this room. So Oliver says he's the only one from North Korea. Oh, wait, what? Oh, you're kidding. At first, I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. Oh, gosh. Uh, for you to be online in North Korea, you would be one of like maybe 50 people that have access to the internet in North Korea. South Korea is much more believable. I think we might have members in South Korea. I'm not too sure. Not logged on right now, we don't. Unless my map's wrong, but mhm. There's nothing wrong with South Korea. South Korea is very nice. I said North Korea. North Korea, you have access. Ask her about it. You know, maybe only 50 people in the entire country have access to the internet. I'm not making that up. I'm being serious. Absolutely, Charles. Absolutely, good question. Charles wants me to address a trading topic, and this always, takes precedence when anyone asks a serious question. This always jumps to the top of my chain here. Martingale, and how do I do it? Very simple. All right. So essentially, what I'm going to do here, guys, is hopefully I don't need to. That's the idea. We win trades. We'll never need to. If we never lose a trade, you never need to, is what I'm trying to say here. But so I take a trade. Say I take, and I don't. Nobody can be confused with this. I'm not taking a trade right now. I'm explaining something. I'm not taking a trade. Please do not do this. Anyway, but so I go ahead and I take a trade. Okay. Say I do this. All right, and I took a call on the Aussie, and it turns out we get rocked because of whatever reason. It doesn't really matter. The point is the trade didn't win. Okay. The next trade I take, okay, if my first trade was 500, okay, the next trade I take, I'll actually take at least 2 trades mainly only because I'm limited here. I can't go higher than 500 on the 300-second option. So personally for me, I would take at least two 500s or 3 500s. It depends. And you got to be very careful when you're using RB because each one gets delayed. When I click a trade, and I'm not doing it, but there's a time delay, all right? So essentially, each of my trades tend to be delayed about 6 seconds. So by that third trade, I have to still like it very much to continue to be in on it. By the third one, because by the third one, I'm somewhere between the ballpark of 15 and 18 seconds late, which is on the cusp. I talk about trying not to be any later than 15 seconds. So if I'm very, very quick, sometimes I can do it better than that. Sometimes I can get all 3 in within 10 seconds. But, it's one of those situations. It depends on how quick I get them in. But with that being said, that's essentially how I do it. So if you are taking trades on a smaller, let's give you a better example. This is a perfect setup on RB for a martingale here. If you take a $100 trade, okay, and you're looking to martingale it because this trade failed, your next trade would be a 250. That's almost a perfect martingale, okay? So if we pull up a calculator here, okay, let's see here, okay. All right, we pull up a calculator here, all right, and we know that we're getting, okay, what is this, the payout 75%, okay? So we have 75% payout on $100, so $100 times 0.75, that's $75, okay? I mean, obviously I know this, guys, but I'm just doing it so you guys see this all if you're more visual. So it's $75 profit, all right, on a $100 trade. So on a $100 trade, if it wins, you're going to be given $175 back, but essentially you're making your $75 profit. $75 you didn't have before, now you have, okay? So you were anticipating a $75 profit if you won. Okay, if you won, you would have been anticipating a $75 profit. Okay, so in order to maintain that, if that $100 trade lost, okay, so then you would be negative 100, but you're going to be in for 250 on the second trade. So it'd be 250 times 0.75, and it'd be 187. But you're going to minus the 100 because that's you invested 100 that lost. Okay, so there's 100 missing. So you minus 100. Ooh, not that much. Hold on. Okay. Minus 100, okay? So you have $87.50 profit, okay? Which is very close to your $75 of expected profit to begin with. So by that second trade there, you're just chugging along forward, and it's like the first trade was a win, and you just keep moving forward. That's the way a martingale works, okay? So that's essentially what you want to do. You want your second trade to equal or better, and that comes up to you, but that's essentially the way the martingale works. You want your second trade to make up for and give the profits that the first trade would have given. I hope that's clear. I was stumbling on my words there. The idea is very, very simple. Very, very simple. Yeah. Yeah. No. You never mark. Okay, Charles. Here, very good question. Very good question. But I got to hammer this one down hard. Okay. And this is nothing. You didn't say anything wrong. Okay. But I don't want people to get confused here. Bankroll management. All right. This is just proper bankroll management. You do not want to martingale until you are. If you have a reason and you're doing it on your own, and you have some crazy, strategy that is insanely accurate by the third trade, and they're all anticipated. You do not want to martingale past the first step. Okay, so I always martingale my first trade, but never past that. So if the first trade loses and the second trade loses, it's just back to normal. That's all. Okay, it's just back to normal. I'm not going to sit here and compound, and I'm not going to be in here for I'm not going to be, 'cause by my third trade I would have to be in for gosh, I don't even know how much. I'd be in for at least 2,500. All right, and that's not a crazy amount, but it just, my point is, it starts to compound very, very quickly from a trade that only was starting at $500. Yeah, that's a very good way to look at it, Nikolay. I've never had trouble. You will read on the internet, AS. You're going to read people say things like that about every single broker out there. And the reason people do that is because it's hard for you to tell what is one broker bashing another broker. Okay, it's not hard for someone that works for, say, Bank to Binary or any other brokerage out there to create an account and say they had trouble with this broker because it's only going to help them. If people had trouble with this broker, they're not going to choose them, which is going to help their business. So I take it with a grain of salt, and I get my own experiences, or I take experiences from those that I trust. Okay. And I do know a lot of people out there, and I don't know of any money issues that anyone has ever achieved so far at all. And I've been with Bank or RB Options for quite a while now, and I withdraw quite a bit from them. And I've never personally had any, so there's no reason anyone else should have any. All right. Yeah. And if the time comes where RB Options decides that they're going to get too tight and they're going to stop feeding me my money, well, that's fine. They're going to get bashed by me, which is going to hurt their reputation tremendously. Okay, because I have plenty of connections. Okay, I have plenty of connections that have access to very very, very deep ties into the binary options community itself. Okay, just all over the internet, and they don't want to piss me off by trying to scam me my money, okay? Because it's going to hurt their business. It's going to put them in the toilet quite a bit. All right. Aussie fell out, okay? Good eye on the Aussie. Yes, Jess, Aussie did fall out. It's finally starting to go back down now. All right, it gave us another little pin bar here, but this is what I was talking about. I hesitated, went back up, came back down. Kind of hesitated. No trade yet on the Aussie, not there, all right? We could be very interested to see it as it gets here because this is also this low. And it's also almost 50% of this. So realistically, we could see it hit this red line here, which is just a little bit past my purple, and then bounce back up above the purple. But we don't have any trades yet. Everything's very 50-50 right now. Everything's a little off of our purple lines. They're not really in the spots that we want to see. No, I'm actually going to put another line on the yen because the yen has very, very tight zones tonight, right? And this is one right there. Okay. Right there is pretty accurate. Okay, it's a very tight zone. That's pretty much the zone the yen is in. It's very, very tight. It's between 118.1362 and 118.2042. That's where it's kind of stuck right now, and it's actually about to go into, because of the trend line, it's actually about to go into a very, very tightening wedge. So it's going to have to do something. All right, it's going to break up or break down, and it'll have some life to it soon enough. But right now, the euro's exactly 50-50. No touch with the euro. The only thing going for it is the candles are showing a slowing progression, and it's probably going to give a green candle here soon. But we're not going to get in and just guess which one it is. We're going to wait till it gets to where we expect one. Nikolay said, I use 24 option, and my account manager's on Skype, so I just sent him a message and it's done. Yep, 24 option isn't a bad one either. It's not a bad one either. They're a very, very large brokerage firm, so you're generally pretty safe with them. But there have been issues with them as well. But like I said, there's been issues with every broker firm out there. Okay, essentially you don't want to just ignore what people say, but you do want to have your own experience, okay? You do want to have your own experience. I try to, not keep, I don't keep every dollar I've ever made, okay, in my account at once. I make sure, because once it gets to my account, once it's in my bank, they can't touch it. So I essentially, I keep my withdrawals and, and I protect myself that way. T. Lamont says, would you consider a call on the yen? The issue right now, T. Lamont, is right now it is going to bounce off of it, okay? But the reason why I don't like a call on it just yet is because the Aussie is tanking down to an area where I'm expecting it to find some support. And if the Aussie finds some support here, it's going to rise up, which could give this a push through this line and cause it to keep on going down. All right, and but it is possible though, okay? Because meanwhile, the Aussie hasn't reached where it needs to reach yet, so this should start pushing up, okay? There's no reason for both of them to be red. This should start. Well, this just jumped up now. Okay, the Aussie did just jump up. All right, it's not a good time to take an entry. Is my point? Not yet. Okay, wait till you have confirmation on another pair. Okay, right now the pairs aren't really agreeing, so no, I would not mess with it yet. I do see why you would be interested in it, though, T. Lamont. And that's good eyes. That is absolutely good eyes. And it'll probably end up holding. But you know how picky I am. So that's my 2 cents on it. When I take a trade, I always like to have it at least cross confirmed with at least one other pair. That's right. That's right. Doesn't hurt to win your trades. Doesn't hurt to win all of them. Can you talk more about that cross comparing? Absolutely, Charles. You got a lot of good questions. You're hungry. You're hungry. I can tell. Okay, and that's what I'm here for. So I see this push down here. All right. Essentially, guys, what I'm saying when I'm cross comparing, or I want something in agreement. Okay. The euro, the left side of my screen here is the euro, the pound, and the Aussie. Okay, with the Aussie being in the center. So we've got the euro, the pound, and the Aussie. All 3 of these. Okay, they're all brothers and sisters, and what I mean by that is they all correlate in the same direction. If you see a rise on the pound, you should be looking for a rise on the euro. You should be looking for a rise on the Aussie. The yen, okay, the dollar yen goes opposite of these 3. Okay, goes opposite of these 3. So if you're seeing falls on the dollar yen, you should be looking for rises on the euro, the pound, and the Aussie. Okay, and vice versa. That's essentially what that means. So it helps when you're looking for a good trade here. And say we're looking to nail a trade on the Aussie, okay? It helps if I can look at this Aussie, or I can, while I'm looking at the Aussie, I can come level. I'm expecting the yen to rise, and if the yen, we know that it's generally going to help the Aussie fall. So if I'm looking for a put on the Aussie, that's going to cross confirm, and I'm going to have. So I already like the Aussie alone. Now I've got extra confirmation because I'm expecting the yen to do something that would be beneficial to our Aussie trade. No problem. No problem. But right now we're kind of stuck. The Aussie is entered into a 50-50 zone right there with the euro now. It had movement and it flung back up as it got near this line, but it wasn't close enough for us to be interested in it. And this is very 50-50 zone, and so is the euro. The euro is very 50-50. Purple line, very 50-50. Purple line, very 50-50. Pound is very 50-50 of this movement here, of this large red candle. And the yen is kind of stuck right now, not really doing anything exciting. It's a little bit below a purple line, okay? It's not far enough below to indicate any kind of strong breakout because where it is still touching the wicks of our purple line, okay? This is the extreme side, all right? This is this purple line's a liberal line. This is the conservative side. This is where you would set your line if you want to wait and get very few trades, but have bigger results off of them. Okay, it would be right about where it's at right there. But there's nothing exciting. It hasn't made a breakthrough yet. Everything's very stuck right now. We had a great start. Okay, we had a great start, and I think the market will come back alive. Okay, and the Aussie is still looking promising. It isn't a 50-50 zone, but it's got that power. It's got that movement where it's not wanting to sit and do nothing like the euro. The euro's pretty ridiculous, and the yen is pretty ridiculous. So looking like tonight is probably going to be a very, very Australian night for us. All right, there we go. See that? We got a good movement on that Aussie. Huge movement right now from coming off of a doji candle. Rocketing up there. Look at it go. Here we go again. Aussie just coming back and bouncing right back down below the purple line, but coming back. And there she goes, sitting right there. But can it break through? Can it really break through? Here we go. We'll find out. All right. I'm going to have to go ahead and log in. I'm almost positive. I haven't clicked anything here. I'm going to make sure I'm logged in and ready to go. But see what we're talking about here? Look at this. The yen did break out now. Okay, so the yen is broken out. Okay, this level's gone. It's down here now. Okay, it's pushing out, and this is actually said something's going to have to give, and here it is. All right, here it is. I want to go right about there. Right about there. That works right there. Okay, that's where she's headed. All right, this is where she's headed. All right, we got movement on all pairs. Good stuff. It's looking like the yen Aussie has enough power, and it should. It should, because if the yen, we're expecting the yen to cruise on down to this purple line, which would give this enough power, hopefully, to move on up to this purple line. Might not do it in this candle, but hopefully it can do it. I don't want to see it. If this candle closes below this purple line, that's going to create a little bit of a problem here and a little bit of a predicament. We're going to have a little bit of a pickle because this might get held back, which might stop this from falling, and the market kind of gets stuck again. Okay, you get a lot of mixed signals there, and the way people read them is what matters, and that's the way people are going to read that. All right. All right, this is more or less what we do want to see, though. We want to see it close up here. We definitely want to see it close where it's at right about now, or higher. Okay. So this could set us up. If we have another candle the same size of this, it will give us a trade at 924 on the Aussie. Correct, Kelly. Correct. The Aussie and they're not, the way it works, guys. Okay, is so say the yen. Okay, say the yen reacts very, very well with the pound. Okay, reacts very, very well conversely with the pound. Let's say that. Okay, so essentially what you're going to expect is you're going to look for other pairs that react and correlate with the pound. You're kind of going down the train here. So if the yen reacts well with the pound and the Aussie likes to follow the pound, and I see a movement on the Aussie, then I'm expecting something, on the opposite side of the stone here for the yen. All right, that's you just go down the train like that. And the farther you get down that train, the less reliable, and you're going to see your correlations. But essentially, the euro, the yen, the pound, and the Aussie all correlate very, very well, and opposite, obviously, with the yen to each other. So they're all very good correlating pairs. So then you should be hesitant to bid on Aussie if yen is going the same direction. Yes. Yes, and no. It's a very good thing to pay attention to, and I always draw attention to that. When you'll hear me say, look, they're both going the same direction, that's not good. One pair, I'll say one, in agreement with the other, it shouldn't be, and something's got to give. Generally, when I see something like that, I wait for whatever has to give, and go back into agreement, okay? Because it's just more of a solid signal. You can still trade based on just one chart. You absolutely can. But you want to wait for that. If you want to wait for that extra confirmation, you're just going to have a little higher level of accuracy, and that's all. Okay. But right now we've got a little bit of a retracement temporarily on the Aussie is what it's looking like. It did bounce off of our purple line as it reached down here, okay? Hopefully it cruises on up, okay? And there she goes down. Of course, of course, of course, okay? They are breaking back into their levels because why not? Because why not? Wants to be boring. Exactly. Good observation, Kelly. As the yen goes up, okay, that's why you're seeing opposites here. But look at the pound and the Aussie, both red, and now look at the euro, red, green. That's essentially the way that works. So they're all correlating very well. So a read tonight, if we can confirm it on an opposite pair like the yen, okay, it's going to be a stronger read, much stronger read, because they are correlating very well tonight. But man, oh man, this is just bad news for us as far as our trade at 924 goes. It's not good news. They're breaking back into zones that they are wanting to break out of to begin with, just due to retracements, and that's not really it's not really an ideal setup. Because essentially, guys, if you see the dollar yen come back into this very tight zone, it's going to only end up breaking out again. So all it does is kind of delay us. We got to wait again. That's pretty much what it's going to do. You've got the euro falling out when it was very close to hitting the level that we could get some good rejection on. Everything kind of popped the gun. Everything was very premature here. Okay. All right. The only thing that looks pretty ideal actually right now would be the pound. The pound is getting very. Why is that looking like that? That's weird. There it goes. I must have clicked that when I was moving my charts around. The pound is getting very close to this bottom here, and this is a very, very good bottom for the pound. But this just goes to show you the arguments that we're going to have, because as the pound reaches down here, it's going to find some support, and it's going to bounce up, which is going to support our euro and our Aussie, and that essentially is we're predicting a range pretty much right now, and that's why this is not good news. We are now predicting a range, and we don't like ranges. We can't really trade a range. It's just not a good setup. It's not. Kelvin says, I was just looking at the monthly chart on the yen. It's the highest on record since August 2007. Not that it matters a lot for 5-minute trades. Just curious to see where it was. Yep, good observation, Kelvin. It is. I think we talked about that like sometime last week on how crazy it was going. There was a few ridiculous movements. When we had the NFP come out, I think the euro itself moved 190 or is 180 pips and one quick movement, and that was about when the Aussie did some last minute fucking cruising there. But oh dear, come on, definitely rallying, which is good news if you live in the U.S. The dollar is definitely rallying and has been for quite a while. Correct. That's where I started, Kelvin. Big break up on the euro. Big break on the euro. All right, here's this range I'm talking about: red, green, and this is why. Okay, big movement down here on the pound. Got near its area, and the bulls decided that was good enough for them, and they're going to start buying. So big up on the euro. Now this is the issue on the 1-minute charts that the euro is going to have is right here. All right, definitely looking to have some rejection. Euro on the 1-minute charts is definitely looking to test this zone. It's either going to rock it back down or it's going to break through. But if it doesn't set any new highs right now, this most likely, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times maybe. There it goes, rocketing up. Okay, so she broke. Good stuff. Might have something on the euro. Okay, might have something on the euro. Hopefully, guys. Hopefully. All right. Just says, did you say the 0.086021 purple line on the Aussie as a middle line for the other purple lines? 0.86021. No, this is still a good area. Okay. It's not the world's solid, most solid line, just due to the fact that this had this big blow through it, and this big one here too as well. But essentially, this is just telling us that when it does break this line, it's headed here. Okay, the bottom purple line. Okay, you could really jump it a little bit higher if you wanted to, but I like it down there. I do like it down there. I like waiting a little longer. But yep. No, that's still a solid line. All the lines we have on our charts right now are are pretty important. The only one that's not our most solid line is where for this one here, and this is exactly where price has been sitting. This one I just shook. It's right there. I put it back to where it was. You're seeing price have trouble break through this right now, okay? And it had a little bit of trouble over here, okay? Not as strong as here, not as strong as here, but you will see rejection here, and you have on 3 candles already. And that euro is just punching upward right now, okay? It is punching upward. Overall, we need to notice that the euro is in a downtrend. Look at this. From here to here, price is low. Right? From here to here, price is low. All right? In the very temporary, it is in an uptrend, okay? Right here, from here to here, it is in an uptrend. But this is what we do. We wait for these uptrends when we have the overall downtrend, and we grab them for our entries as a put, okay? That's how we do that there. And this is actually just now peaking these highs here. Look at this. I'm going to move it just so you guys can see. All right? It's right here. You can't see it because it's literally on it. See, it makes my purple line invisible. It's directly on where it was. No, it just actually ticked a couple up. Okay? So if it can stay here, good chance I'm going to like it. Good chance I'm going to like it. So I'm going to go ahead and call a yellow light now. Let's do it. Let's call a yellow light now just to be ready. Just to be ready. Doesn't hurt. Okay? All right, we got the yellow light called, and we are ready to rock and roll. Okay. All right. Looking to see what we can see here. Looking to see what we can see. Aussie getting rejection below this purple line, which is good for us. This is good for us. All right, and I'm going to get the charts up. Okay, this is that pay attention time. This is that pay attention time. We already called the yellow light. And we're looking for a put on the euro. We haven't taken it. We're looking for a put on the euro dollar. We're looking for it, okay? We're looking for it, okay? All right, it's getting rejection. This is what we want to see. Good chance we like this here. There's a good chance we like this here, okay? All right. And I'm going for it, okay? Taking a put on the euro dollar at 405. Actually gave me 404. Same stuff, though. Same stuff. Took a put on the euro at 405, and naturally it jumps right back to 407 for everybody else because the broker hates me. Well, it's okay. It's okay. But I took a put on the euro dollar at 404. I'm getting that posted in chat now. So. We saw it come back down and get rejected below a purple line, which is these highs here. And if it's going to respect these highs, okay, all right, we should be getting ready to see at least a marginally red candle, and any red candle will give us the win. Any red candle gives us the win. So that's what we're looking for there. Okay? I could, but I'm not going to, okay? I'm not going to make the purple lines more thick because then they take up too much of an area and it's too hard to tell exactly where my price line is. Okay, you see the red line is where price currently is and it runs this way. It's a little hard to see, but here's a good example on the Aussie. All right, wherever price is exactly at on the red, okay, it shows a red line, red horizontal line that adjusts with exactly where price is. So you guys can see this, and I need to see this as well, okay? If I make the purple lines too thick, there's going to be an area where we're not going to be able to tell where exactly the price currently is. So I'm not going to make them any thicker. I'm sorry. I'll try to zoom in on certain pairs if you guys need to see it. Okay, we'll do it a little better if we'll try to figure something else out. But I can't make them any thicker. That's because it'll make it a little too confusing for us. All right. Right now, we were in the money for a little bit, and now we're kind of just stuck. It's essentially a doji candle. Hasn't made a move up or down, really. Gave us a few ticks down, which was good, but didn't really give us anything real good at all. And didn't give us anything real bad either. Okay, we're just kind of frozen. All right. So if what it takes is for the price to push up, okay, against us a little bit, to get a little bit rejection again, to give it the momentum to shove it on back down, then that's what we want to see. Okay, but it needs to come alive. We don't like when they get frozen like this. Okay, the market was alive. It had a good movement. It had a couple big candles there. Okay, it was alive and now it's frozen again. Okay, so we want to see it do something. Okay, had a candle that spanned about 5 pips or so, a body of about 4. Okay, so we need to see this thing come alive and do something. Okay, is to do something. It's frozen right now. It should be going down, all right, but it is frozen. Okay, we see our we see our green candle on the yen. We already watched them there, but the problem is the Aussie right now is kind of just a small green candle, and the pound has literally done nothing. The pound has literally done nothing, and there's argument going on right now. Okay, so can't do anything about it, but just wait, just wait. They'll come back and sync eventually. Hopefully they do it quickly. Okay, hopefully they do it quickly in the next 2 minutes or so. Just how does where the price currently is correlate with trading? It matters very much so because I need to see when it's hitting, where I'm dropping my lines, etc. Jess, okay? I need to see exactly where it is. When we're zoomed out and we have this many charts on one screen at a time, it makes it a little more difficult, okay, to see if it has hit the spot I need it. When I'm looking for a price to move, there's specific numbers I'm wanting to see it hit. Okay, and it's easier for me to see it if a big old purple line isn't clogging up my charts like this, because the purple line also, right now you can't even see what the numbers are on the euro because it's exactly there unless we go over to our 1 minute. But euro is still frozen when it needs to be red. Look at this yen pushing up. Okay, this thing needs to go red like it wants to. It's lagging. It's frozen. It's confused. Wake up, euro. Done nothing. Has done absolutely nothing. Wake up. Drop down like you want to. Okay. Well, we got a big old movement here on the Aussie. It's not going to help us. Where are we sitting at? It's probably going to be a very close loss is what it's going to look like. Okay, it's looking like a loss. Okay, yep, it is. She's a loss for me. If it gets some last minute spike down, you might be okay, but that was a loss for me. Oh, big deal. And she goes right back down. So there's a chance if you got in real late. You got in real late, but that was very unfortunate. Market just froze up on us, and we got no movement. Can't do anything about it. We got no movement on our euro. And now it's going down because that's how it goes. Always, 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 without fail. Analysis holds, but the market freezes. Without fail. Our setup could still arise here, guys, and we could be looking to play with the euro again. Okay, if it doesn't make a huge red movement right now, if it doesn't make a huge bearish movement, there's a chance. Okay, there's a chance that we have another entry on the euro. Okay. There you go. There you go, Tielemans. Absolutely. And we have plenty of time for it. We do. We have plenty of time for it, Tielemans. It's only 9:36. We've got plenty of time left in our session. So, it was frozen for the entire candle, Kelly. We just needed any kind of significant movement one way or the other. Because even if it moved up, that would have been fine. As long as it got it going, it would have been rejected and come on back down. But it just didn't do anything. That's the problem. And you can't do anything about it. There's times when the market freezes up on you. There's no way to anticipate that in a setup like that. There's just not. Not that I know of, okay? Not that anybody knows of, okay? Unless they're not telling anybody. That's just what the market does occasionally. There's times when we can anticipate the market to be, have issues and have a range, but right there was no reason for it. Coming off of a big movement, okay, nice final breakup here with some rejection and everything. There's a good bit of volatility there. All the candles are very slow right now. All right, all of them are looking very, very small movements. The Aussie had a bit of a movement, but it rejected and went back, almost looking like it was going to go doji, but now it's kind of hanging back down. Here it comes. There's not really anything too beautiful going on yet. But we do have a yellow light. We have a yellow light, and I'm going to call a yellow light, and it's because the euro has the possibility to give us another trade. Okay, it does. Okay, the euro has the possibility to give us another trade. So I'm going to make sure I'm ready to go. Mm-hmm. All right. Euro's so dead right now. Euro's so dead. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pull up the euro and be ready to go. We would be looking for a put, but it's not looking like it's going to happen. I just want to be ready in case we get it. It's not looking like it's going to happen. But yeah, it's not. No trade. No trade yet. No trade. It'll come, though. It will come. It's just the market's dead right now. I'm just waiting. That's correct, Jess. What about the yen? Henry says, what about the yen? The yen isn't doing anything that I like. Okay, it's not doing anything I like. It's 50-50. It's stuck. All right, it's reaching these highs right here, which is in the middle of our zone, and it's going to find a lot more hesitation there. The market's very, very, very stuck right now. It's not doing anything really good that I like. Okay. All right. We had the euro looking like it was getting ready to come on breaking on down because it dropped lower than the previous candle. But then again, on the in the short term of things, the scheme of things, we look at the 1 minute, we see that it does have kind of a little bit of a strong level right about here. Okay, not the strongest one in the world, but right about there, it's having a little bit of an issue. And the yen, it doesn't have enough power right now for me to feel confident with a call, okay? Because that's what we'd be looking for on the yen would be a call. It doesn't have enough power right now for me to feel comfortable getting in here when there's these highs here that it hasn't even tested yet. Okay, so it's just waiting. It's all we can do is wait. What do we got there? Kelly's got a winner. Kelly's got a call on the euro. Good stuff. Good stuff, Kelly. Good call on the euro. She played it off of the 1 minute chart, the line that I was just talking about here. She's playing those lows. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Yep, we do have a little more movement on the yen, which is good. Okay, we do want to see the markets come alive. They're pretty frozen right now. Pretty frozen. Look at the euro. What a joke. Thing is just dead. It needs to really do something I like if I'm going to even bother messing with the euro anymore tonight. Okay, the next pair that I'm actually interested in right now is the yen. The yen's the one that has come alive and was very dead before, and it's not impressively alive at all, but it's definitely breaking its small candles here with one that looks to be about 2 pips or so. So 2 to 3, 3 pips, yeah, about 3 pips. Just ask, what is the really blue line that goes across the 5-minute chart? Okay. Uh, which one on the yen? Or I mean, are you talking about this one at the moving average? That's a moving average. Yeah, that's a moving average. The one that's snaking along, that's a moving average. It's part of the Ichimoku. All right, we're waiting. We don't have anything, guys. I didn't call a yellow light because it wasn't. It's too dead still. Come on, wake up. Wake up. I'm not satisfied with this close, so if we don't get it, if we don't get our trade, I will run later just because this is very, very dead. It's gonna wake up at one point, and I want to be here when it does. So, but I think we will. If the yen is on track to give us a trade, okay, it could ruin it. Obviously, it could ruin it. It could do something stupid, and I mean, I hate to use that word, but it could do something that I don't want it to see, that cancels our trade. If it drops red right now and goes back down to the 50-50 zone, that's not good. And we're going to be sitting here stuck waiting again. Okay, because if it drops red, it hasn't really made a good movement yet. All right, we're playing these pulls, and look at this. Look at the euro. You can't even see it because it's moving so little. This previous candle moved all of, what, 2 ticks at most? The entire candle had a fluctuation of 2 ticks. We want to see what would be ideal would be a big green candle on the yen that pushed up, just as high as it wanted to, really. Anywhere within my purple lines. A big old green candle. That'd be ideal. Kelly got a 90-second yen put. Okay. How you got a yen put, I'm not even sure because it's only been moving upwards. You're lucky with that one, Kelly. That's what we were waiting to do. We got lucky with that one. What does it say? You couldn't have been a big winner. You barely snuck that one in. You barely snuck that in. I mean, that's very lucky. Yeah. Yeah, finally got movement on the euro. That's absolutely right. We see it break out here on the 1 minute. So finally the euro is doing something. This is good. This is good. Now the euro actually is tradable again. The euro is tradable again as it sits right now. Okay. All right. I really would like to see a bigger movement on the euro. Big old red. Okay. For my big entry here, I'd like to see some good action. Wake up, market. Now our pair that we had the most hope in was the yen is stuck doji, and the euro's going back. Unbelievable. It's like the market is determined to be frozen right now. It wants to be stuck in that tight little zone doing nothing. Kelvin, never just assume that. You always want to assume it's everything, always. Right? You want to assume it's everything, always. I know you were talking in here, Mr. Craig. Let's see here. Craig, your video stream is okay, correct? I did see your email, but I had you talking in here, so I was assuming your video stream is fixed, correct? He had a little bit of an issue with the stream here, and I just want to make sure that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Was it something on your what did you ever figure out what it was, or did it just start working for you, or? When you sent the email, it might have been, I think it might have been before we started the session. It might have been right before, I think possibly. I don't know that anybody else had any video issues, so it could have been just a little early, possibly. Oh, HP's wonderful updates. Don got it. All right, guys, so we're on a yellow light. We are on a yellow light. We're on a yellow light. All right, and it's for the yen, possibly the euro, but it's not looking. But I'm going to keep my charts up ready to go just in case. All right, and I'm going to set it to the yen because the yen is the one that I'm hoping for. All right, so in case it gives us any last-minute burst, I'll be ready to take it. So we're looking for a put on the yen. We're looking for it, but it's probably not going to happen yet. Probably not going to happen yet. It's a doji candle. We don't like this. All right, it hasn't done anything. It moved a little bit up, moved a little bit down, and came back with it. Yeah, it's not giving it to us. Okay, essentially open at 186 on broker, and it's closing 186. So nothing. Come on. I'm not looking to run this late. I'd like to get us our wins so we can all be nice and happy here without having to stay late. I know you guys like staying late. I got some stuff I want to take care of though. This song is very good. I like this song. Charles asks, Kelly, what was the setup for your entry in the 90-second trade? Generally, I can answer those for Kelly. This time, I really have no clue. I don't really know where that came from. The only thing I could think of is maybe she was trying to play these highs here, but that's really it. I don't really have an idea on where that one came from. Glad you won it, but don't have an idea for that one. And we got a fall coming on the yen. Come on, yen. Push up one more for us. You gave us a doji close. Don't fall yet. One more. Give us one more little crappy green. Come on. Come on. Come on. We're scouring the fields right now, looking for our mice, looking how to swoop them up and bring them back to our little roost, our little hole in the tree. As soon as we see one, we're grabbing it, but we're not going to grab a fake one, okay? We don't want to come over here and grab a snake. Okay. All right, so that makes a little more sense. She traded the yen based on what the Aussie was doing. Right now, the euro is up, and it looks to be like it's getting ready to test these levels again. It's getting to test this high again, this purple area. It is up. But we'll see what it has to say. It doesn't really mean anything where it's at right now. Nothing impressive. Yeah, that's yeah, it was that. It wasn't the best trade in the world, but I'm glad you won it. All right, we're still just waiting for the market to do anything. Come on. So slow. It got slow last night, and today's been slow as well. Okay. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Sorry, guys, it's boring right now. I know. If you have any questions, it's a good time to ask. Okay. We are just waiting, and as it approaches 10, I will continue to wait, okay, because I still want my entry, and I think the market is going to come alive at least a little bit. We only need it alive enough. We don't need a 50 pip candle. We just need it alive enough for us to get an entry. It is just really the last 25, 30 minutes have been brutal. Haven't just very tight range. Hasn't really achieved anything. Okay. You mean the same hours, or what? You trade in the same style? Is that where we're going with that one, Jess? Conservative, yeah, yes, yeah. That's essentially, guys. Like I said, when I'm trading on my own, there's certain things I'll do that I don't do on screen, just because I don't want people to get confused with it. It's just a little bit of a higher level type of thing. If like I might mess with a hedge. There's just certain things I'll do on screen that I can't do on screen because it's too hard for people to follow. But yes, I'm still very conservative. You're essentially watching my trading session is what you're doing. I would be trading these hours regardless, and same thing in the morning. And eventually, people will be watching the morning one as well. As soon as we get we get it finalized. It's moving. It is moving. And like I said, it's already here. The decision's already been made. We're just trying to get all the approval and all the other fun stuff taken care of. Euro has broken up though. That's kind of interesting. So we might have the movement that we needed now. The euro has finally broken up. It hasn't done it in an ideal time, but the euro has broken up temporarily in this candle. So we'll see what it's got in store for us. Look at this 1 minute. There she goes. She coming back alive for us. Coming down at the at the bottom of the hour here. She coming back alive. Okay. All right. We got a little bit of a fall on the yen. And we were expecting one, but that was a poor entry. It was a poor place to get in, and didn't want to do it on a doji. Yep. Kelly says the yen is going down. That's absolutely right. That's what we were talking about there. Got some stuff. Got some stuff. Now, curious to see here on this Aussie level if it's going to hold. Okay, it was tested a couple times, and this is close enough to the level where I'd count this as rejected by this area. Okay, it doesn't have to be an absolute exact. Does not have to be absolute exact. This, however, is a little too high. Definitely is a little too high for this one here. But we'll see what we got here. All right. What in the world do we have, market? Come on, come on, come on. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's go ahead and call a yellow light. Okay, we're going to be calling them pretty often now because we are waiting to pull that trigger, and things are creeping closer to where we want them. So I'm calling a yellow light, guys. I've got my personal broker page refreshed and ready to go, rock and roll here. Okay, and we're coming in the home stretch. Okay, we are coming in the home stretch here. The euro has come alive and it has made some movement here. It has, definitely has. The pound looking to fall here. We might have something on the euro. We might. All right, so right now what we're looking at is we'd be looking for a put on the euro. Okay, we'd be looking for a put on the euro. Okay, so I've got the euro ready to go. Not saying it's going to happen because right now it has slowed down just a little bit, and the way it's looking right now is it's looking like it wants to keep moving up, but it's not going to move up quick enough for us to get in on an entry. So we might have it at 10.04, but let's see what this euro's got in store. Okay. Yeah, we're going to wait one more on the euro. All right, things are starting to come into fruition here, though. Definitely starting to come into fruition. We're looking for a put entry on the euro, okay? And everything plays accordingly. If we can get one more green on the pound, one more green on the euro, one more red on the yen will be looking to bounce up off of our purple line here, which will correlate with a nice little rejection here on the euro when it gets near these peaks, okay? So this will be pretty ideal, okay? But that euro was just very, very bullish, and it wasn't stopping. It was not stopping, so we're not touching that yet, okay? And look at it go. Still going. Breaking new highs. Look at us. There she goes. This is what we want to see. We are live and kicking again. Took all the way to 10 o'clock to come back alive, but now look at it go. We were stuck in here forever doing nothing. Nothing. The market had a couple candles that faked this, maybe said, hey, we're alive. No, we're not. Right back in. But she's alive and kicking now. Okay. She's alive and kicking now. Good stuff. This is what we want to see. We want to see this red. We want to see this green. This is what we're talking about. Here we go. I'm actually going to get a water while we're waiting. Going to get a water, but be ready to go at 10:04, guys. I'll be back well before that. But yeah, let's see what we got here. We want to see that euro keep powering up. Okay. We want to see it keep powering up. All right, guys. Let's see what we got here. We're in the final stretch. We already called the yellow light. Okay, we're in the final stretch here. All right. We're looking at the euro. We are looking at the euro. And we're looking for a put here. Okay. All right. It's giving a little pull down at the end. All right, and I'm going to be taking it, guys. I'm taking a put on the euro. I took 454. All right, this is it. This is our trade here. Took 454. All right, got it twice. Yeah. Okay, so I got the 454s. That's what I got there. Okay, got the 454s. All right, got a very bearish version of a bullish candle, and what I mean by that is, yes, it is a green candle, and it indicates price has risen. However, it's showing us with this tall wick on the top and nothing on the bottom that price rejected down, and it's looking to keep going down. Okay, all right. And meanwhile, we saw the same thing happen with the pound. The pound got rejected. Okay, got rejected at these highs. So the pound's looking to rise a little more, which might push the euro up a bit, but then it has nothing to do but fall. Okay, the Aussie is already falling out. Okay, hit this level and is already falling out. If we see it drop lower than the screen, that's ideal. That is ideal. Okay, the dollar yen is already on a rise. A lot of good things for us. So all we got to do is let this one run its course. That's all we got to do with this one. Okay, it's gonna be a long-term one. Okay, and what I mean by that is we got to see where this one's gonna be closing out. Okay, it's not doing anything crazy right now because it was already up. Okay, we're looking to see it go up and get rejected and then continue its bullish momentum overall and come on down, bearish momentum overall and come on down. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. It's okay, yes. It's okay. It happens. At least they tied and you didn't get rocked because of them. That's very scary because, like I said, we're going to have a pull up in the beginning here. So where it's sitting right now is where we were kind of hoping to have our entry, okay, because it was sitting at these tops of these peaks, but right before we entered it did a little bit of a drop down, which isn't bad for us. It's good, okay? We do like the bearish momentum. We do. But we'll see what we got here. All right. Let this one run its course. All right, get a little bit of fight. A little bit of fight. Still sit those highs that we're not expecting it to break. Okay, there it goes, getting rejected. All right, there it goes. It was a good, quick little movement. All right, could be a good indication of something to come for us. So, come on down. Come on, Euro. It's being so crummy with our movements tonight. Come on. Do what you want to do. So close. Come on. Just do your dropout. Come on. What a robbery. 2 times in a row. That's a loss for me, guys. That's 2. So that's 1 and 2 for me tonight. It's 1 and 2 for me. First bad day of a couple weeks, but it's all right. It's all right. And look at it falling now. Unreal. Unreal. Fell right back down to in the money immediately after. Okay, if you got in late, that probably would have helped you. You were a winner, but unbelievable. Unreal. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Oh, that's very sketchy AS, but you're looking good. You're looking good. It just broke out on the 1 minute. Okay, you're looking good. It is what it is, guys. 1 and 2. All right, it doesn't happen often. We don't have a bad night often. We really don't. So it's but it does happen. Okay, it does happen. Don't get yourself up in a hizzy. Don't let your emotions take the better of you. Okay, this is part of trading, and you have to look at it as an investment. Okay. It's a long-term investment. Okay, it's not supposed to. You're not supposed to take every single time you win. You're not supposed to take all the profits. Okay, and leave yourself with nothing. Okay, because you're going to screw your account. It's just bankroll management. We got to touch on it every time that we do have a poor night, and they don't happen often. But I like to touch on it every single time we do. Okay, so it's yep. We will get them tomorrow, guys. We will get them tomorrow. All right, and if today was your first day, and you saw our first 1 and 2 day that we've had in a while, it's. Okay, good stuff. So Tielemont was late and ended up 4 and 1. Good stuff, Tielemont. Good stuff. So Tielemont was late and got lucky. Okay, he was late and got lucky. But it's 1 and 2. I'm not gonna try to take Tielemont's win from him, and I'm not gonna take credit for it at the same time either. Okay, we got rocked there. Okay, and then it's not even a proper word. We got robbed. Okay, twice we had 2 candles where the market just kind of froze up on us, and we got crap movements. Can't do much about it. But 1 and 2. Is, if that's your worst nights, those are not bad nights, guys. They're not bad nights at all, okay? One bad night out of a week will not hurt you. Will not hurt you if you're doing it right, okay? All right, but let's come in tomorrow and let's kill it and let's get them going strong, guys. All right, do whatever it is you need to do. If it frustrates you, it frustrates me. It's not a big deal, all right? But don't let the stress get to you. Don't let it get to you. Just take a breath and remember, think of it like it's a game, really, and that'll make it a little easier for you. I don't want you to treat it like a game, but think of it like a game, okay? It'll take the stress off of, the downsides to it. It's something you're looking to beat, and that's what I mean by the game portion of it, okay? It's a long-term investment, and you gotta not be beat by the emotions, okay? Go ahead, Tielemont. Shouldn't even come close to hurting your bankroll if you're doing it right. You took the trade because you had a much better entry than mine. Yep, because and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong, but you need to be very careful when you do that. Okay, and if you know what you're doing, and you have a little bit of trading experience, that's okay, and I encourage it. But I don't want new people to take trades late. That's why I harp on that. So overall, I'd rather not, tell people that it is okay. But if you know what you're doing, yes, obviously, I'm not going to tell you what you can and cannot do. So if you see something and you like the entry, go for it if you want. Okay, you can go for it. Excuse me if you want, but it's not. It is what it is. I'm gonna go for a run myself, guys. Burn off a little bit of energy, aggravation with the market, but it's really no big deal at all. I get more frustrated, like I said, trading on screen than I do off screen. Okay, I could lose a massive trade off screen and not be nearly as bothered as when I do them on screen. Okay, that's not nearly a massive trade for me. So I'll hold your burdens, guys. Let me hold the emotions, and you just sit back and we'll take care of this. Okay, but we'll see you all here tomorrow. No, not on the beach. It's a little too windy out right now for that. I'm just gonna go run through town. But if you have any questions, guys, shoot us an email. And like I said, don't bottle up your emotions. It's no big deal. It's part of the ride. That's all it is, guys. It's part of the ride. It's part of the excitement. It makes you appreciate the wins even more. So we'll see you all here tomorrow, guys. This is Chris with Night Owl Signals. Over and out. Good night, guys.